Thank you for checking in. Great to see all of you. Hello. Hello. It is Thursday. Stupid Question Day, a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New, where I put on the genius cap right here, which allows me to answer any question about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy. Guaranteed, according to me. So, woohoo! So I hope you have some questions for the genius for our short-term genius show. Let me say hello to everybody. I am live on YouTube and Google Hangouts. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's a lag. YouTube actually just started right now. So that's how long the lag is between Google Hangouts and YouTube. So hello, let me say hello to everybody. Laura Star, and Shocker, and Sturgis Guy, and T-Sess, and House of Dave, and Sam, and St. Clinton, and Eric, and Petey, and Tim, and Ryan, and Photo, and Philip, and Mark Mean, and Star Raven, and Angie Jonas, and Fairies Lover, and Lucky Girl, and Sam, and St. Clinton, and Philip, and N1QOV, and Red Stapler, and Mark Mean, and T-Sess, and House of Dave, and Jim Dandy, and Sturgis, and Yusuf, and the Cram, and Marcel, and Scott Kimmis, and Red Stapler, and Bill Nouse. Hello. Hi, thank you for checking in. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, it is the first Stupid Question Day of 2015. So, hello! Sam, I hope you're feeling better. Philip, it's going to be an awesome year. Alert Star, you're already rocking the game. Fairies Lover, you're on the rampage and unstoppable. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. Woohoo! And Alert Star is already starting off the year with lots of play and attention from Kevin and Bean on the radio. Great way to start off the year. Let's hope it's getting better and better. And I had a wonderful dinner last night. Made a delicious, healthy dinner for my sweetie. And after an entire week of obsessing over cheap used cars on the internet and investigating things and Carfaxing car searches, I've decided, after talking to many, many people and getting lots of expert advice, that the smartest, best thing to do would be a really good fix on my current car. Because for what I'm paying, what it's worth, what I could get for the money I have, I'm going to end up with the same problem in somebody else's car. So we're going to fix my car. We're going to fix the engine. It's going to take a couple weeks, and I will be carless. But I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, Angie Jonas, we had trouble all week. Angie said she had trouble on Tuesday. We had trouble this whole week with the YouTube. Twitter wasn't sending tweets, and then YouTube wasn't letting people in, so sorry about that. Angie said she was so mad she left. Oh, well, Angie, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Most people couldn't get in at all because Twitter was hiding tweets. It wasn't just you, Angie. It was like everybody. It was really frustrating. I was putting tweets up with the link, and it would be there for like a minute, and then they'd disappear. Or was that Monday? Was that Monday? It was Monday, yeah. It was really frustrating, Angie, so I totally understand. And hello to everybody on YouTube. So yeah, sorry, Angie. Sometimes I don't know if there's any way to control it, but sometimes the Google Hangouts is just really annoying. That's why I have the two options, YouTube and Google Hangouts, because Google Hangouts lets like 10 people in. Sometimes it kicks people out for no reason. Sometimes it just won't let you connect. So sorry about that. Angie says she tried getting back in so many times. I hate when that happens, Angie. So frustrating. It's even happened to me. there's been plenty of times when the YouTube wouldn't let me in on my own show. It's really annoying. I'm like, hello, YouTube, why have you deserted me? So who has a question for the genius? It's Stupid Question Day. The very first Stupid Question Day of 2014. So I'm ready to go. Any question about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy. Do you want to know your future for 2015? I've got it. Oh, what did I do last night? I made a delicious dinner, wing doggy, because it's New Year, starting off with healthy, healthy, healthy. First I made a salad, a tomato and pomegranate with oregano salad. Had chopped pomegranate seeds, chopped several types of tomatoes, some red pepper, onions, oregano. Very delicious, very light and refreshing and fruity. And that's what was first salad. That was the Wake Me Up salad. Then I made another beet with avocado salad. It was really good. It was a whole bunch of different greens, peas, pea pods, and mint with these blanched beets that were just lightly cooked, fresh organic beets with onions and a really spicy sauce with avocado and peas and pea sprouts. Very tasty. Very healthy. Beets are very good for your blood. Super healthy. And then I had some baked broiled vegetables. Had some butternut squash and mushrooms, tomato, and fennel. And a little bit of lettuce. Baked that. That's all like soft and delicious baked. And then and I made like a little like mini, like cupcake sized mini quiches with no crust. Like a little mini quiche muffins. They're actually crustless quiche muffins. Little muffins with lots of vegetables in them. Basically egg with vegetables. Oh, and I forgot to take pictures! Ah! All right. I am going to try. Hi, Bill Nouse. I can't believe I just remembered now. Actually, I just remembered now that I was supposed to take pictures yesterday. Hi, Bill. No, Bill, I've decided, though, after much debate and searching for this entire week, to go with having my car fixed rather than trying to buy something. They're planning to do more, David Jones. They are planning to shoot more. They have just been having some budgetary issues, which have prevented them from actually starting. They're hopefully will get back to shooting more episodes for the here on out. They're supposed to shoot. They have plans. They have a script. They just are working on financing. Yes, Bill Nouse. Yes. Everything I looked at for the money that I had to pay, that I could afford, basically with the similar mileage and what I was able to pay, I was looking at all kinds of cars that had the same types of problems or were probably going to have the same type of problem very shortly as I already had. So that is what I'm doing. That is the plan. We're gonna try and so you're gonna have to. I'm working with the people on like a payment plan because I don't have enough money to pay for it all. Right in the first beginning of the year. Thank you, Laura. T says, "What? Well, oh, it's I'm fixing my car, my 4Runner. I'm gonna fix it." Oh, that's good, Laura. Wing Doggy says, "Oh, Wing Doggy, thank you. I'm not sure how fresh it would be once it got here in the mail. I think that's best you keep that local." Hello, Ron. Thank you for checking in. Great to see you. So it is Stupid Question Day. I have on the Genius Cap. Genius Cap, which allows me to answer any question about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy. So I hope you have some questions for the Genius. That's right. Because I had the Genius Cap on today, I was able to make a decision regarding my car repairs. I think I made the right decision. Everyone I talk to says fix the car. Don't buy somebody else's trouble. Thank you, Laura. David Jones' question for the Genius is Coke or Pepsi? Neither! Neither! They will both rot out your intestines and stomach. They're bad for you. No! No soda. Don't drink diet, don't drink regular. Just skip it. I think you can clean pipes with that stuff. Ron says, "Oh my God, luckiest ever." Luckiest ever what? Thank you, Ron. And there, if you're watching on YouTube, there's like a minute-long lag, just to let you know. From what I read and see and respond, there's a lag on YouTube of a good minute. So it may seem like it takes a while to respond. Tisa says the children living next to him are being horribly abused by their parents. The only way to stop the abuse is to adopt the children and care for them in your home. Would you? Oh, it's a scruples question. Well, first of all, Thesis, if somebody was being abused, and that I was aware of, the first thing I would do would be to call Child Protective Services. And if anyone is in that situation, that's what you need to do, because complaints need to be put on the record in writing so that there is a case file established. And second of all, I would certainly want to take somebody in and pull them out of a dangerous situation. I'm pretty sure there's rules as far as where you can't just be a neighbor and say, "I'm adopting you." I think there's all kinds of rules for that sort of situation where, next of kin and all kinds of stuff. And so I don't think it would be possible to just adopt someone because they're your neighbor. But I would certainly do my best to help someone if I had to. If I think a good example of that, a good example of that, there's a parking lot Yeah, so it was very horrible, Angie Jonas. Sometimes people get in the habit of saying, "Oh, it's not my job, it's not my responsibility, it's not my problem. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to do anything. Why should I care?" Well, we should all care about everything because we're all connected, and we are our brother's keeper, literally, figuratively, whatever. So we should care, and it's like if you're at home and you see somebody's dropped a mess or spilled something on the kitchen floor, just because you didn't spill it doesn't mean you shouldn't clean it up. If your mother walks in and sees you in the kitchen with a mess there, she's going to say, "Why didn't you clean that up?" And you say, "Well, it's not my problem. I didn't make the mess." So what? You're standing in front of it, clean it up. And it's kind of like people get in this mindset. I was taking a walk, and there's a parking lot near me that sometimes the parking lot lights come on and sometimes they don't. And I've called several times. There's a number, like it's a city parking lot. There's a number to call if there's a problem. Call up and say, "Hey, why are the lights out on this? It's very dangerous. It's pitch dark. It's a parking lot. There's all kinds of crazy people around." I'll call, and then the lights will be on, and then a month later, suddenly all the lights are off, and it's pitch dark. And I saw there was a parking lot attendant guy, not a parking lot attendant, but the like a meter maid guy. You know, the parking guys that go around to write tickets. And I said, "Hey, can you call and do anything about it?" And he's like, "Not my job. Not my job. That's another department." I'm like, "Okay, but you are the man on the street. You're the guy on the street working for the city." So I called again. Tisa says a question. What do you think Victoria's secret is? Victoria's secret is that she's a sexy girl with awesome overpriced underwear. What? I didn't hear that. David Jones? David Jones says he was saddened by a story of a couple in an all-you-can-eat restaurant while their child was in the car starving to get death. What? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? I just read another horrible story where a guy was being pulled over by the police, and they told him to get out of the car, and he was trying to evade the police. So to distract them, to get away, he threw his 5-year-old child over a bridge into the freezing cold river underneath. So the police would have to go running after the child. Okay, so the guy gets away for a little while the police go trying to run after the child. The child dies. They catch the dad. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong? Yeah, Thesis has another scrupulous question for the genius. Would you rather go a week without bathing, but be able to change your clothes, or a week without being able to change your clothes, but be able to bathe? Either one's fine with me, Jesus. Jesus, I'm going to one-up you on that. How about I go a week without bathing or changing my clothes? We're so Western and obsessed with that. I bet there's people in countries where they don't have water sources. There's people in countries where water is a real problem, and taking a bath or washing That's something you don't get to do every day. You can't. Or change your clothes. We're lucky we live in a place where there's water that comes out of a faucet in our house. We don't have to put a bucket on our head and walk for 5 miles to bring water back home to our families. We've got a faucet and water and lots of clothes. Some people have 1 or 2 pairs of clothes, changes of clothes, and that's it. Oh, Tesis has another Scruple questions. It's Scruple Day with Tesis. You can select one person from history and ask them questions to which they must give truthful answers. Whom would you select, and what question would you ask? One person from history, ask them, and they must tell the truth. That's so hard. Well, first of all, I'm actually trying to think of a question. What would I ask anyone what do I have that's a question that needs answering that somebody could answer that would have relevance? Jesus says, did you cut down the cherry tree? I think that's one of those myths. Oh no, Sturgis Guy says he gets battery acid on his shirts and pants, and then that's extremely dangerous. That can burn a hole in your skin, Sturgis Guy. David Jones, speaking of clean water, David Jones says there is an organization, a charity organization, called onedrop.org to help provide clean water to the world. Yeah, you would think that, like, water, oxygen, they're basic things that you need to survive. You need water, you need food, you need oxygen. And oxygen and water should be readily available and in supply to everyone. You should not be able to control oxygen or control water so that some people can't get anything to drink, because controlling water is the same as saying you're going to control oxygen. And it's a natural resource that's supposed to be available to everyone. There are certain giant world leaders, business leaders, the executive, the CEO, I think it was the CEO, the head of Nestle, is actually on record saying that water should be considered a resource that could be owned and privatized and controlled. Meaning those starving masses don't need water. That's my water. You must pay a tax to have a drink of water. Jesus has another Scruples questions. Have you ever been sexually attracted to a family member? No. Ew. Or a person of an inappropriate age? No. Ew. I think if you find yourself in either situation, you should probably just get yourself away from the situation. Do not act on yes. No. Just say no. Leave the room. Go in another direction. And what is wrong with you? You need to find out what is wrong with you if you find that you are attracted to family members or people of inappropriate ages. If you're attracted to family members or children, I suggest seeking counseling. Well, that sounds pretty bad, Wing Doggy. Sturgis guy said, "What? Is that real? Is that a real law?" Sturgis guy says, it's either Oregon or Utah. You can't save rainwater. It's owned by the state. Oh, get out of here! That must be. That might not be real. Are you sure that's real and not one of those, things that gets put out on the internet? There's so many inaccurate and just flat out lies that is spread as if it's legitimate. So it's hard. You have to be skeptical. Maybe it's real, but I'm skeptical about that. I mean, how could you ever control that? Tisa says, if you could have one superpower, what would you choose? Let's see. What would I choose? I would choose the power to predict the future. Sturgis guy says a rainwater harvesting registration form. Now, is this Sturgis guy? Is this something that, like, if you have a business that you need to register? I'm not sure what this entails. This means like you can't save a bucket of water in your backyard, or is it something that's supposed to be making sure that someone has a business is complying with some sort of like health or safety or zoning codes or something? Tisa says you could cast any actor, living or dead, to play me in a film about me. Who would I cast? I would cast Clark Gable to play me. Sturgis guy says you can collect and store rainwater without registering in no more than 2 covered storage containers if neither container has a maximum storage of greater than 100 gallons. Well, I'm going to guess that this law relates to some sort of business, health and safety, zoning kind of law, because if you're gathering very large amounts of rainwater, I mean, does that meaning that they're trying to control businesses? Because if you have that much water, you're selling it? I don't know. I'm not sure what is the reasoning behind that. What is the point of that law? That's my question. Because I don't understand it. I don't click on it because I don't understand where it's coming from. And Thesis has another scruples question. Would you be willing, here's one for everyone, would you be willing to eat a bowl of live crickets for $40,000? Crickets, live crickets, not toasted, not fricasseed. Live crickets for $40,000. I don't think I could manage to get one live cricket down, let alone an entire bowl. And would you be willing to give up sex for 5 years if you could have wonderful and sensual erotic dreams whenever you wanted? Who's to say I don't already have wonderful and sensual erotic dreams? Or would you be willing to give up sex for 1 year if you knew it would give you a deeper sense of peace than you have now? I am the epitome of peace. I am full of peace. Or pee. Allura says if she had her pick of superpowers, she would pick flying. I want to predict the future, Allura, so that I can give great advice and win the lottery. Allura wants to fly. I want to rule the world! With my future powers, I will say, stop Allura Star from flying! There's going to be a lightning storm. Tisa says, what article of clothing do you like to see your spouse wearing the most? Red underwears. I like colored briefs. I like funderwear. Funderwear. Angie says, what type? What I actually like, I like men's briefs, like a regular men's underwear, but in fun colors. Like the regular, you know, tidy whitey kind of thing, but with fun colors, not just white. No, you know what? I don't really like boxers. They're so bulky, and I don't like. If I were a man, I wouldn't want to wear them because they bunch up in your pants unless you're wearing your pants really wide. But everybody has their own preference and needs. Tisa says, have you told your partner about all your past relationships? No! What would be the point of that? Who wants to hear about that? Let me sit you down, honey, while I tell you about every girl I've ever gone out with or kissed in the entire world. Ah! Yes, David Jones makes a great point. The only thing you really need to tell your partner about is your current relationships. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you. I thought I told you that. Ah, yeah. Well, Allura, you and Gerald started out when you were very, very young. So you have a very small, if you think about it, your history, your relationship, dating life, your history in general is very small. Let's say you met Gerald or somebody now, today at your age. If they were to try and tell you everything in their past, Oh my goodness, it'd take all day. Can't remember everything, and you don't want to hear everything. Let me tell you about the last 60 years. And Tisa says, if you could plan a trip anywhere in the world for yourself and your mate, where would you like to go? Oh, I want to go. Alora says, oh no, like that guy with the enema. Yeah, yeah, you don't really want to know everything at a certain point. Where would you go? Ah, I would go to those resort places. I think they're like in Bali, where it's like you see them. It's like clear water that you can see all the way down. It's bright blue. You can see all the way down to the sand, and they're like little huts on the water with like a little walkway back to land, and you're like on a practically deserted island with little huts in the water. Looks so amazing. I want to go there. Oh, right. Allure says, yeah, where they had the tsunami. David Jones says, sounds like Belize. Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere where there's a horrible tsunami. Do you know it's been like 10 years since that happened? I'm not sure where it is. I think there's probably a few places where they have those, but I would like to go to one of those exotic, tropical, deserted island kind of thing where you're just like in this yeah, and just wear a bathing suit for a week, or maybe nothing. Deserted island. And Allura says, nope, she's going to be different from everyone else. She doesn't want to go anywhere tropical. She wants to actually go back to North Dakota, or as we like to call it, Antarctica, and visit her friend. Sturgis Guy, no, really? Sturgis Guy says it is totally a blizzard right now where he is in Sturgis, South Dakota. Yeah, move! It's like the coldest place in the world. Between the Antarctic frozen tundra of the Dakotas to the snow belt of Buffalo, New York, where you literally get like 14 feet of snow. I believe that qualifies as a glacier. That is the Ice Age. Every year, it's like the Ice Age. Yeah, move, move. Alara says right now it's 3 degrees in Maine where she is. Oh my goodness, that's mighty cold, Alara Star. It's the... I'm so glad I don't live in that cold weather. It's got down to 40 in the last week. It was getting down to 40 at night and 60s during the day, low 60s during the day here in California, and I was freezing. I can't imagine. I was freezing at 40 and 60. I can't imagine going down 40 and 60 degrees colder. David Jones says, if you went to a nude beach, would you feel uncomfortable staying clothed? Yes. Because everybody's looking at you going, why do you have your clothes on? What are you, a pervert? Just coming here to stare at people? This isn't, no gawkers allowed, no looky-loos. This isn't a zoo. It's a nude beach where nobody's supposed to look at anybody. If you're keeping your clothes on and you're saying, I'm looking at you, but you can't look at me. I think I would be just fine at a nude beach, though. I'm totally fine with that. The problem with nude beaches, though, is that not everybody at a nudist colony or a nude beach is necessarily gifted with a perfect naked body. You know, like people at nudist colonies and nude beaches have regular bodies, out of shape bodies, older bodies, younger bodies. They're not perfect. It's not a beach full of supermodels. It's a beach full of regular people with no clothes on. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. But it shouldn't be that scary. I mean, Doggy says he would have to put tape on his mouth to keep his tongue from hanging out. When Doggy, I think you would find there'd be like a normal beach. Not everybody looks so good naked. You might be like, Laura says, especially her. Well, at a nude beach, Laura, there's people that look just like you at a nude beach. They're completely comfortable with their body, and they don't see what the big deal is. And they just want to be able to sit in the sun and not have to work. So, yeah. I mean, Doggy says he only wants to go to a nude beach if everybody there is a supermodel. Okay, but Wing Doggy, what about the supermodels? What if they say, oh, we only want to be naked at a nude beach if everybody's a supermodel? You'll be the only one there that's not a supermodel. They won't let you in. I don't. I think you have to be able to let people have the same standards that you would. You have to be as accepting of other people as they would be of you. Jesus wants to know, what do you call sexual harassment at work when you're self-employed? Stop touching me! Masturbation. Stop it! Stop it! No means stop. Oh my goodness, it's already 6 o'clock. So I've gone way over time. I'm just about to sign off. It's 6:05, 6:06. I'm just about to sign off, but I will be back tomorrow at 5:15 Los Angeles time for Funny Friday. So thank you, Allura. Woohoo! Let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Green and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Wing Doggy and Redhead and T-Sis and House of Dave and Scott Kimmis and Bill Nouse and Azure Yusuf and Lacram and Marcel and Red Stapler and N1QOV and Sam and St. Clinton. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody and Sturgis Guy and Jim Dandy. Thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. And Ron and Phil and anyone watching on YouTube, thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. I love you. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Funny Friday tomorrow, where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend. Bye.